Hey guys, if you're curious about laser cleaners and you're just wanting to find out, which type of laser is better for you, whether it's a pulse laser, a continuous wave laser, or even where should you get your laser from, which provides the best customer service, where you're going to get most of your bang for your dollar. Stay tuned. I'm kind of go over why I purchased this laser, why I bought it from Everlast, and why I think that it's going to be a great addition to the farm. So stay tuned. Hey guys, my name's Brad Kemp. I'm with Blue Nile Farm, and I kind of want to explain to you how I kind of stumbled upon laser cleaners. About I want to say 5 to 10 years ago, I just happened to be watching a TV show about painting a vehicle, and I saw a laser cleaner in action, and I thought really caught my eye. Like that's really kind of neat. So I'm always trying to think out of the box for different technologies. And for myself, I kind of subsided with that because I thought, that's not something I'd ever wind up getting into. There's probably a lot of money to get into that. But over the last year, I wound up getting it in pressure washers. Thought about wet blasting. I did more research on wet blasting and finding out that even if you wet blast something, which is kind of like uh, sandblasting, except for using a pressure washer with some kind of media, I one of the biggest complaints is that you get a lot of flash rust. Well, then I kind of watched that, and then somehow I kind of stumbled upon laser cleaners, and that kind of really impressed me that you can take a laser and actually strip off all kinds of metal and rust and clean debris, and you can really almost take graffiti and kind of burn that off, and you can do all kinds of cleaning with all different types of scenarios. And the laser market had something called a pulse laser and a continuous wave laser, and there were different wattages, and they can all do so many different things. And I thought it was kind of neat. Then I started looking at the prices, and the prices were somewhat high, but not so high that I couldn't reach that goal. Then, as I started looking around my farm and looking at my trailers and equipment, and I have a couple projects with tractors that I wanted to paint, or a cab that's all rusty, I was thinking, man, if I had that laser cleaner, it would be so much better than grinding and do such a perfect job that I thought, hey, I might want to invest in this. And so as I did more research, I came to the conclusion that I wanted to look into lasers and find out how I can incorporate it into my day-to-day operation. Well, one thing that I realized with a lot of people that go out and buy laser cleaners is they're looking at buying a laser to either go into a business as a laser cleaning business, and that's something that's being promoted a lot on the internet as another type of career for people to get into. But there's a lot of startup costs to this, and secondly, there's a learning curve to this. And it's not just something you can just plug and go. In my mind, I think there's a lot more to it. And what's also different, the way I think versus probably a lot of other people, is I don't think that the laser is one and done. Meaning, you buy a laser cleaner, you can strip everything off just with this, and then boom, you slap on some paint and you're done. I think a laser cleaner, in my mind, especially a pulse laser, um, would work so much better if you used other methods at first, and then you finish with the laser cleaner. And the laser cleaner is going to give you the best and most pristine uh, cleaning than you would ever get with anything else. So, because I was interested in wet blasting, and I have needlers and I have surface grinders, I know that I could speed up the process a lot by working and getting most of that rust and paint off. Then all I need to do is use the laser cleaner to completely remove all rust and other contamination, and paint and any oils or anything else that's on these metals. Then all I have to do is basically slap some primer down, paint it, and I'm done. And that's what excited me about this. So I'm looking at a laser to be used in conjunction with some of the other methods that exist just to make the process go faster. Now, that's how I plan on using this. And I have trailers, farm equipment, tractors, excavators, trucks. I mean, you name it, I have lots of metal that I can actually practice on. And I'm kind of excited about it because it just gives me a way that as I go into retirement now, another toy to play with, and I can kind of preserve the equipment that I actually have. Now, when you talk about lasers, I found out that almost all the lasers are coming out of China. And one of my biggest concerns is that, even though they're coming from China, I wanted to find a type of laser that will be most usable for what I like to do. So they have something called a pulse laser, and there's a continuous wave laser. The pulse laser, which is what I have here, is basically designed as like a precision instrument. It's like surgical. It does, as long as you program it properly, you can do so many different things, from taking off basic rust and completely strip down the metal to its substrate and not damage the surface. It can do even thin pieces of metal, and it doesn't create a lot of heat. It uses a form called ablation, where it actually almost disintegrates the rust and the contaminants, and they just evaporate in the air through and burn off. And they are uh, probably more surgical in nature, that they do such a fine job where they don't warp the metal, they won't create any excessive heat, and they just do a fabulous job. And you can do everything from taking off rust to actually taking a pizza box and burning off the word pizza that was basically inked on, in the process. So you can really take off layers of things as long as you have this piece of equipment uh, with the proper parameters set just right. And so the biggest hurdle is to learn the proper parameters of using the pulse laser. And they come in different wattages. They can have 100 watt, 200 watt, 300 watt, 500 watt, 1000 watt. And as more wattages you get, the more expensive they get. Then there's something called a continuous wave laser. And what that is basically a laser that is a lot stronger because of the wattage, starting at probably 1,000 watts. And it actually creates heat that actually burns off the rust and contaminants off a piece of metal. And it's generally a lot faster process. But the problem is, with the continuous wave laser, you have to be on more of a more solid piece of metal. If it's a thin piece of metal, it could create heat, maybe create warpage. And sometimes, if say you're working on a frame of a car or a tractor, and say you have real deep rust, they may hit the surface of the rust, but may not penetrate deep into that rust. But it is a lot faster and is a lot more efficient in larger scale applications than would be a pulse laser. But see, in my mind, I felt, okay, that's true. But if I can use, say, wet sandblasting and even, say, a surface grinder and cover an area, then go over it with the pulse laser, I can speed up the process a lot because I've already removed all the rough scale and the paint, and basically I just want to do a nice finish job, and that's where this will speed up the process. So I'm basically combining multi-processes to make this work faster. So I thought the pulse laser, for my money, is where it's at. Now, when we talk about lasers and we talk about prices, um, the prices can range from $7,000, maybe give or take, to $25,000, $30,000, or even more for certain lasers. So for me, I had a budget, something I didn't want to spend a lot. And this is what I was talking about, a lot of them coming from China. You can find lasers on eBay. You may find something on Facebook Marketplace. If you go on Facebook, there are a lot of groups on laser cleaning, and some of those people that are on the groups are selling lasers. Like I said, all of them are coming out of China. And what I was a little afraid of, from things that I've watched and listened to from other people have said, that you can buy them directly from somebody from China. But the problem is, if the machine breaks down, because it's kind of like a computer where there's a problem, you're going to have to worry about customer service issues. Can you get that repaired? And I saw some of the lasers that are being sold that you're buying as is. So if they break, you invest $10,000, how are you going to get it repaired? So I was looking for a local company through the state of United States, basically, that I can contact somebody and talk to them and say, hey, my laser's not working. Can I send it to you to get fixed? Or do you have the parts for this? And that's where I stumbled upon Everlast. Now, Everlast lasers are probably a little bit more than a lot of the ones that you find in China, but for me, it was worth the trade-off to pay for this pulse laser, which basically retails for $12,999, but after taxes, you're looking at about $14,000 plus shipping for a pulse laser. It might be several $1,000s more expensive than say you buy one from China. But what was nice is I talked to Jesse McCollum, who was their tech guru from Everlast, and he made me feel good as I talked about the customer service angle of it, the repair angles of it, even just the assistance of setting it up. And I kind of realized that that's a company that I wanted to deal with because I felt real confident that they had my back, and that's why I invested with Everlast. And they're basically a United States company, and they sell welders, they sell laser cleaners, they sell the continuous wave laser, they sell lasers that are both laser welders and cleaners, combination, and they sell just regular welders. So I like that. I like the company that stands by themselves. Now most of these companies, all the parts come out of China. Every one of them. It doesn't matter where. And even this thing came out of China. But it was still worth the investment because again, I wanted that customer service and I wanted to feel good about what I was purchasing. Then I've also delved into this a little bit deeper, and I've looked at a lot of YouTube videos, and I did a lot of research on my own. And to me, these are a type of equipment that it's a little bit more advanced. It's kind of like a computer in the sense that how you take care of it. It can only be used in certain conditions, and the conditions I think it'll be used in is more of a controlled environment where you have temperatures above freezing. Closer to like 50 degrees is probably ideal. You don't want to be in a wet, gooey building. You want to be in a nice, dry atmosphere where you run this because it has to be in a more controlled environment. So that's the reason why it's sitting in my house right now because I live in northeastern Ohio. It's March, and our weather is raining right now. We've had snow a couple days ago where it was down to 20 degrees. And until I get my shop set up and get it heated, I really don't want this thing to be outside. I want to take care of it because it's a lot of money and there's a big investment to this. And until I really start using it, I'm not going to see any return on my investment. Secondly, I don't want any of this to be contaminated with moisture because a lot of it's electronic. So taking care of it is my number one goal. So that's the reason it's sitting in here right now. Also, the setup of this is not a plug and go. This is a 220 amp service, but also goes on 110. And I have 220 in my shop, and this is predominantly where it's going to be. Now, this laser cleaner, a lot of them that you'll see on the market have wheels, and a lot of guys roll them around like a computer tower. This one does not, which is cool, except for I went to Harbor Freight and bought their Vulcan 350-pound MIG welder carts, and this thing will fit on that cart pretty well. This is somewhat high and long, but this is perfect for the cart. And this is something I'll be utilizing and moving around in my shop. And the other conditions that I'm worried about that I'm working on and I'm going to have on my next video, so I'm going to talk about getting dry clean air to this because it's a requirement. And that's probably something that people don't set it up properly from a lot of the videos I've seen, that getting clean, dry air is probably one of the most important aspects to run this unit. And I'll go over that in another video. But it's something that I want to get everything set up for, specifically and precisely so I can run this the way it should, not have any mechanical problems. Because the part that creates most of the problems is at the lens. And a lot of times fumes and dirt that affect the lens is the consumable, the part that you have to repair all the time and fix. And if that lens is not working properly, you're not going to be able to do a proper job cleaning. So it's very important to manage your lens and run things properly. And then not only do you have to worry about dry clean air, but you also have to deal with fumes, and you have PPE that you should be wearing to be safe. So I'm going to kind of go over all that in another video, but I kind of want to give a quick rundown of why I actually bought this Pulse laser cleaner, because I think it can do so much for me. And I think the biggest thing about why I really was plugged into buying this is because of the speed aspect of things. When you got to paint something and you're screwing around grinding and working with all these hand tools, it takes forever. This seems like if I can just take a surface tool or even a wet blaster, blast off all the crust And all I have to do is grab this laser after it dries and zap off the rust and the scale and get right down to the bare metal. Then slap on some primer and paint. I'll be more than happy. I'm not a body man. I'm a generalist. I'm not a master of really nothing, but I kind of like to dibble and dabble on trying to take care of my equipment. And I have a lot of equipment that's starting to rust out that I felt that this could be really a great advantage to me. And once I learn how to use it and get the settings correct, then I thought maybe down the road when I retire, if I have time, maybe I can do a little side jobs for people too. So there's always another avenue to be used with this. But for myself, I have plenty of things I can do with this, and it'll save myself money in the long run if I do my own preservation of my own equipment. So on the farm, we have lots of metal, lots of equipment. So I know that there's a lot of uses for this. And rusty metal is something that farmers generally have a lot of. So I'm kind of excited to see how this works out. And down the road, if I really get into lasers and I want to upscale, then I might invest in a continuous wave laser. But until then, why invest another $10,000-$15,000 when I can go out and utilize some of the other tools that I already have that can speed up the process, like the wet sandblaster kits, or surface grinders, or even the needlers, and start dealing with those types of equipment first that will speed up the process and finish off with this. And I think you don't see a lot of people talking about using other tools in addition to a laser, but the laser will do the final job and do the best job at the end. And this is where I think this will shine. So that's my take on why I bought this. I kind of want to just give you guys a rundown. And like I said, the next video I'm going to talk about specifically my clean air setup, because that's probably one of the most important things to get started on this. Is I will not plug this in and run it until I have a good clean air setup to make sure that I can protect my lens, and I'll get in some great detail on that. So that's, if you're interested in lasers, that'd be a great one for you guys to pay attention to. So until next time, thanks for watching, and hopefully this gave you an idea about laser cleaners and why I purchased the one I did. But think about, when you do look for a laser cleaner, get that somebody that guarantees you customer service. And I think that's most important. You want somebody that's in the States that you're comfortable with calling up, talking to, and you're going to get the results. Because if you have to call another country and, try to purchase parts, that might not always work so well. And I've seen a lot of complaints on some of these sites where people are not getting that customer service that they wanted. And if you're still out $10,000, it's a lot of money. You want to make sure you get that service. So until next time, thanks for watching. Anybody has any questions, hit me up in the comments. And I kind of want to give you an idea, and I plan on making lots of videos using this laser to show you what it can do and how I utilize it on my farm. So until next time, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later.